Hello, it's Bailey. Welcome back to my channel. Long time no see, but I'm here for a very important project today, and I'm so excited to finally be posting this video. This is a long time in the making here, and we are gathered to celebrate my friend Just Martine, and we are celebrating them with the 12 TBRs of friendship. So every year, Martine makes the 12 TBRs of Christmas, in which they post 12 very thoughtful, very high concept TBRs starting on Christmas Day through the following 12 days every year. It's this big, huge video project they put together. There's so much reading that goes into it, and this year especially, they had some really high concept, high effort things happening in 12 TBRs. So me and some of their friends have gathered to make them the same video series as a gift to them, to just show appreciation for how much we love them and love that series. So you're here with me today for, I think this is video 6? That might be wrong. But there's a playlist linked down below of all the videos for the 12 TBRs of friendship, as well as a link to Martine's channel, so you can watch the 12 TBRs of Christmas if you missed it. So today, for my 12 TBRs video, I have a concept, and the concept revolves around my desire to read more new releases. And if you watch my TBR game at all, which I'm no longer playing, I had a space on my board this year called Good News. And essentially, good news meant that I was pulling books from Goodreads news articles. And so I have this big long spreadsheet of a book from every single Goodreads news article that has been posted this year, and the book from said list that I found the most interesting. And it's not being put to use. So today, I'm gonna put it to use. So in this video, I will be choosing, I'm filming this later, so I know it's 6. It was gonna be 5, but it's 6. I will be randomly choosing 6 books from the list to read. And yeah, that's what's happening. I'm gonna roll you the footage of me reading all those books, and we'll meet back here. Okay, it is September 30th, which means I need to start reading for this video tomorrow, so I can finally generate the first book I'm gonna read for this. I did go this morning. It's Tuesday, so a readers recommended this week was posted this morning, as well as some of the like October larger lists were already posted. So I added those, and so randomizing today, I have 126 books listed on this spreadsheet. So off I go. Obviously it starts on line 2, so I'm generating from 2 to 127. Okay, off I go. Number 5. That's so early in the year. I feel like that might be one I maybe already read, so let's make sure. Okay, I did already read that one. It was Head Cases by John McMahon. I buddy read this with some of my friends, and it was from a recommended by readers this week post. So let's try again. Whoops. Okay. 53. Middle of the road. 53. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I own this. It was from a list that was summer reading recommendations by setting, and this was on May 12th, and the book I was most interested in was Wild Dark Shore. Let's click on her. This is a popular book this year, so this is something I'll be happy to get to. Click. Taking me to the list. This was a pretty long list. It's like a comprehensive, you know, there's probably like 50 books on this list here, which is also fun that like it's harder to pick from those lists. Okay, yes, I do own this. It's Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. I have read another book by this author. I didn't realize, but I read, is it Migrations? Was that the one? Something for Ruby that she loved, and then I read as like a recommendation from her, and I didn't love that one, but the premise of this one seems like a much different kind of book. So I do own this. I'm glad to have that yeah, I think this is going to be a good start. It's also not that long of a book, so hopefully I'll see you again soon to pick a second book and we can really get through these. Okay, here's the deal. I'm gonna DNF this. I'm not very far at all into it, 30 pages in, and it's just not working for me. It's not gonna work for me. It's like something where the perspective changes so often. Sorry, the children exist here. The perspective is changing so often that I'm like not grasping what's happening in any of these short little sections, and then we're like switching, and I can't handle it right now. So I'm DNFing this. This is gonna be a firm DNF just because I've read another book by this author that I didn't love. So first book from the list that I was most interested in, done. We're setting her aside. So I need to pick another book. These are still in my head. Wow, we've had a day today. I did look, I have 131 on the list now. So this will go from 2 to 132 because it starts on line 2. That's how this works. This makes me nervous, and there is like a little bit of a concern of what I have access to. So of course an ad popped up, but I saw it was number 53. So let's go look. Okay, 53 was this. Is that the same number? This I think was in there multiple times, but 53 can't do. It was this book that I've already DNF'd now. I have to watch the ad. This should be illegal that this is this long. Okay, it's time. 128, so that's gonna be pretty recent. So hopefully, okay, this is from a list that was October books the Goodreads editors can't wait to read, posted on October 1st. And I had put The Monsters We Make as my pick. What is this? Oh, this is a nonfiction. This is a true crime book about criminal profiling and why people are fascinated with true crime. So that's the one. This I'm probably gonna do on audiobook. So I'm gonna pick another one right now. I will listen to this one starting Monday at work, but I'm gonna pick another one because I have time to read with my eyeballs today. Okay, fun. Okay, generating again. Number 62. Oh no. Okay, this list was readers' most anticipated books for June, posted on May 29th, and the book is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is probably like my most anticipated 2025 release that I haven't read yet, but everyone keeps saying that they cry during this book. So for some background, I have read most of Taylor Jenkins Reid, her like current kind of stuff she's doing through the decades, and also her backlist like romance titles. So I'm highly anticipating this one. I guess it's time. I do own it, so I'll grab it. I'm gonna start it today. Wow. I'm not sure I'm mentally prepared, but off I go. Hello. I actually took a sick day today, so I am staying home, but I am already like 75 pages into Atmosphere, so I thought I would let you know what this is even about. It is, Taylor Jenkins Reid has been doing this thing where she's like following decades. So this one is set in the 80s, and it is a NASA book essentially. We are going to space. So our main character is a female astronaut, and we kind of started with her in space and stuff going not well, and then we had a flashback to get some like background knowledge of like her journey into becoming an astronaut, who she is, and now I have just like gone back and had the other time jump back to her in space. And so yeah, I'm not sure how much would be a spoiler. She's on her own in space now, so she's about to have to try to like land the aircraft, spaceship, by herself, and we're not sure how the other people on the spaceship are doing. So already, I love Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing style. Of course, I knew that going in, but I think this one's gonna hit for me, so I'm hoping to just kind of focus on this today. I am staying in this bed all day long. If I get to like the halfway point of the book, I might reward myself by doing my next spin. Again, with doing new releases, I need to worry about the availability of these books, so I do need a little buffer to like, I want to spin as I go, but I need the buffer to like acquire the next book I'm gonna need. Okay, I have hit that like 50% mark. So I'm sat here ready to pick the third book from this list. I'm still at 132 things on the list. No new articles have been published, so it's time. I also am really enjoying Atmosphere still. It's really getting good now. I do think when I introed what the book was about, I thought that the main character we're following in like the past timeline and the character in the spaceship was the same person, but it's not. It's two people from the same crew that are very close people to each other. And so our main character in the past timeline is actually the person who's like talking to that person on the spaceship from Earth. Okay, just thought I better clear that up. Let's random number generate this. Okay, number 112. Ooh, okay, I think actually I have this checked out on Kindle already. This was a recommended by readers this week, posted on August 19th. And it is The Once and Future Me. I'm not sure who that's by. Melissa Pace. And it is a sci-fi thriller. So I'm definitely excited for this one. It's one that, like, obviously all the books I put on this list are what I was most interested in. But I do keep seeing people reading this. And if Atmosphere is good as a sci-fi, I think it'll be fun to like immediately jump into another sci-fi. So fingers crossed that I can read these two good books in a row and keep going on this list. Okay, this hurt me so deeply yesterday. In a good way. 5 stars, for sure. I really ended up loving this book. I already knew that I love this author, so again, this was like my highest anticipated book of the year, and it definitely did not disappoint. There's an aspect of this book where our main character Joan also has like helped raise her niece. Her sister became a single mother, and Joan like really stepped in and was very involved in Frances's life. And the way that that storyline goes in this book, just it hit me kind of close to home. So I was in my feels about that. And then there's a love story in this book that just like the longing and the like, I wish that this could be how they want it to be, and the triumph in the end is just like, I was in my feels. I definitely was shedding a few tears at the end. So I'm so happy to have gotten to read this for this video. I do have a signed copy, which I acquired with Martine. So miss you, bestie, and I love you. But yeah, I'm so happy to have this for my shelves. And now today, I'm filming this the next day. I am hoping to start The Once and Future Me. I only work till noon on Fridays. It is Friday. So I'm hoping to start that this afternoon. I need to like really overhaul my whole house this weekend and clean a lot, and I work Saturday night, but I'm hoping to just like stay in a good chores, reading a chapter cycle here and get through books and the disaster that is my house. So like I said, a second sci-fi in a row, so hopefully that's not like rubbing me the wrong way with the other one, with this one being so good. I don't think that's space. Let me put my foot in my mouth. I'll come back once I've read a little bit of it and can tell you what that book's actually about. I have now made good progress into The Once and Future Me, and so far so good. I am enjoying it. This is on me because I don't like to read synopsises like going in to a book. Obviously, I read the synopsis of this book for it to get on to this list, but I didn't read it after randomizing to read it. I knew it was sci-fi, but I wasn't sure how. I now know, and it is written on the back of the book, so I'm gonna tell you, it is a time travel book. And so we are following our main character who wakes up and doesn't remember who she is. Like, she's like, I'm not this person that you guys all think I am. She thinks that somebody like did something to her on this bus on the way to, she's getting dropped off at like a 1950s insane asylum. And she's like, I'm not this person you think I am. And they're like, you're just like, this is your pattern of behavior, like you're just going crazy essentially. And then there is a little jump where we find out that she has most likely time traveled to this time with a task. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, so far so good. I don't know the scope of her task really yet, so it could go either way for me still, but since I have made that decent progress, I want to go ahead and randomize for my next one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Sorry if that makes this feel really choppy, but I keep saying I need to do that to be able to make sure I can acquire the books. And it's Tuesday, so every Tuesday the recommended by readers this week list comes out, and so I now have 133 options. So we go 1 to 130, no, 2 to 134. All right, here I go. Number 67. Let's see what it is. Ooh, okay. I'm excited for this one because it's a romance. 67 was from, I added quite a few at the mid-year lists. I didn't just add one from each of those lists. I added like all the ones that I was really interested in. So this is from the most read books of the reading challenge so far, posted on June 2nd. And so 67 was First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. So I'm excited about that, to read a romance. It's been a while since I read a romance. I haven't read much romance since Wonderthon. So I'll go ahead, I'll finish The Once and Future Me, and then I will start First Time Caller. I need to talk to you because I finished 2 books, which is very good, but I didn't love either of them. So I did this week at work finally listen to The Monsters We Mate, and it was just not that interesting. From what I found, the author is like a journalist, and this really just felt like a research paper. It didn't feel like anything new. There was nothing that interesting there. It wasn't really about profiling, and it felt like I could have also read the sources that this author pulled the information from, and like I've consumed a lot of that media and things around true crime and cases and things like that made that just feel like unnecessary and not like new information to me. So that could be a me issue. I just wasn't that interested in it. I will give it 2 stars. It wasn't like actively bad. It just like didn't feel like much substance to me. It was a fairly short audiobook and I still was just like, ugh. So there's that, 2 stars. About it, I finished physically reading The Once and Future Me by Melissa Pace. And that one, I'm kind of like stuck, frustrated on. I am landing on a 3-star. And my issue with this book is it was such a good concept and poorly executed. It is a time travel story in which we are thrown into the story with the person from the year 2035 being sent back to the year 1954, but we don't know that coming into the story. We start in 1954 and our main character is confused where she is. She's getting transported to like a mental institution and she's confused who she is, why she's there, what's going on, and she kind of figures it out throughout the story. And I think that first off, this could have used the setup of the reader at least understanding why the time travel is happening or like why she was sent there. Just what we were getting from like the future timeline in 2035 versus the past timeline in 1954 was not very well like threaded together. And then the story ends in a cliffhanger. So like also the plot line for why she was sent there from the year 2035, we also never get like a full circle back to of like where the world is after this time travel. So I was super frustrated with that as well. So I think overall the author like wanted to write a time travel book and it just was poorly executed. Like I said, the idea was really good. If we would have had more of that timeline, I think I really would have loved this. It would have given a lot more understanding to the story. But my battery's blinking at me now. So what I'm doing now is starting First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I did have to go out and buy this. I couldn't get it from my library. That's okay. She's pretty, she's cute. It's a paperback romance. So this is my next project. I'm hoping to really like this one. It is Friday, so I'm hoping to read it quickly, hopefully this weekend. So once I get a little ways into this, I will do my final randomization for the final book for this video as well. But this one is one that I'm definitely really excited to get to, and I'm excited for something light and love. So I'll check back with you once I really know what this is, what's going on here. It's the same day, but I am zooming through this book. So I think it is time before I like go take my bath for the night and end up probably like halfway through this to let you know what it's about, and then also do my final randomization, my final picking. But I'm really liking this book. The premise going into this is we have our main male character is a radio host. He has like a dating radio show where he's basically like giving advice. It's people call in and he's supposed to be giving like love advice on the radio. And our main female character comes into play. She has a 12-year-old daughter, and her daughter like calls this hotline. It's a failing radio show, by the way. Her daughter like calls this hotline and is like, my mom needs help. Like, she doesn't date. I think she's lonely. And then essentially our characters end up through the show, like, people really liked this segment with her daughter, so they're like continuing the conversation about our main female character's dating life. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. Obviously I think the radio show host and the girl Lucy, like, that the love is gonna be between the two of them. It's like under the guise of she's gonna learn how to date again, date other people, but obviously they're gonna fall in love. So I'm going to really quickly randomize the last pick here. Oh my gosh, I have 135 now. So I'm going number 2 to 136, and off I go. Number 106. Ooh, okay, this is from a recommended by readers this week on August 12th, and it's Too Old for This by Samantha Downing, and I am really excited for that one. It is a mystery, but I've really loved Samantha Downing. She does some like more risky plots, and so yeah, I've been really excited for this one, and I feel like that gives a good rounded out like things, new releases I ended up getting for this, because that'll be a mystery. So I'm not mad at that pick at all either. So off I go to my bath with my little romance for the night, and I'll check back probably when I finish this. I finished First Time Caller like a week ago now, but I did end up giving this 5 stars. It's probably a little bit of a generous 5-star, but like definitely a solid 4.5 star. I just really ended up loving this one. I feel like the characters felt real. I didn't love the third act, like conflict, breakup situation, which is the only reason probably that I would knock that little bit of stars, but overall I thought this was really fun. It was definitely a book that I like wanted to keep reading and read quickly, so I'm very excited that I have some favorite romances from this year coming into this video with my goal to read more 2025 releases this year. I didn't have a lot. Like, I've been nervous coming up on the Goodreads Choice Awards, so I'm happy to be getting some like ones I really loved. But it's been a week because I did have to order the next book I'm reading. Not Too Old for This, but it did come in. I got it off Pango, so it took a few days, you know, to get here, but it came in like perfect condition. It's a brand new book. This was literally just released, so I'm guessing whoever I bought this from read it quickly, as I do, not breaking anything, and sent it off to me. So I'm excited to get to this one. I am going to start it today. That's the plan. It is Sunday. I have no kids today, so I'm hoping to make good progress in this. I'm reading another book as well, but I'm going to try to read this. Martine is going to be on some like Zoom sprints with me off and on today, so I'm going to be switching between this and a book that they can know that I'm reading, so that'll be a fun little game to play. So I'm going to start it now. They're not there yet, so I'm again excited for a mystery. I don't think I've read a mystery in this video here, so we'll get this in. I'm really looking forward to this, and I'll update you about what it's about, how I'm liking it, probably at about 100 pages in. So see you then. Okay, wow, we are back here at the end. I did not check back in about the final book that I read for this vlog, so I'm gonna do it now. The final book I finished for this was Too Old for This by Samantha Downing, and I did end up giving this 3.5 stars. I had a really fun time with this book. I think I really like Samantha Downing as an author and just her concepts, and I feel like we all know I love an elderly main character, and this really delivered that. I do think though that probably while being realistic with the plot and the capabilities of an elderly person, it did just make the actual mystery like not that intriguing, or I didn't feel like she was very good at being sneaky. So I feel like I loved the characters and maybe lacked on the plot of this a little bit, but like I said, I'll be reaching for Samantha Downing as she comes out with more and more stuff. But there you have it. I finally read some 2025 releases in the year of 2025. I feel coming away from this video concept that it was hugely successful. I really loved a lot of what I read, or at least like greatly liked a lot of what I read, and the only one that I really didn't, I listened to on audiobook anyway. So I do think that this is a good way for me going forward to continue choosing books, so I probably need to consider that for 2026. But with that, make sure you check out the links down below, the links to Martine and the links to 12 TBRs of Friendship. We are still in the middle of it, so more 12 TBRs are still coming out. And lastly, to Martine, I love you, and I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you're enjoying this whole video series as a whole, and we will see you on Ruby's channel tomorrow. Bye.